The Last Showgirl. Watching The Last Showgirl was such a treat. I grew up watching Jamie Lee Curtis in the Halloween franchise, and Baywatch was on TV when I was little too. Even though I never watched the latter, Pamela Anderson was always in magazines, the news, commercials, everywhere. My daughter's name was inspired by her character Skylar in Stacked. Her name is spelled Skyer and not with an AR at the end, like most people assume it is. In recent years, Pamela Anderson has been changing the narrative surrounding beautiful women by ditching makeup. She even reportedly removed some of the silicone that made her famous in the 90s. She was, by all means, perfect for The Last Showgirl. Shelley is glamorous, vulnerable, and sweet. The character makes us feel like we want her to succeed. We're rooting for her the entire time. I myself have not been to Vegas in over 30 years. The iconic showgirl is still on my mind as the staple of Las Vegas. The staple. You think Las Vegas, you think the Last Showgirl. You think that girl with all of the rhinestones and all of the glamour. That's how I see it. Apparently, I am wrong in this. I did not know that was a dying art. I still have on my mind that image of the showgirl whenever I thought of Vegas. The generational gap between Pam and the actresses playing the dancers, amongst which we find Macaulay Culkin's wife Brenda Song, helps create the story we're watching. Before our very eyes, the dreams of fame, success, and glamour die out a miserable death that culminates when Shelley is rejected during an audition. Much like what happens in The Substance, we see an older woman be chastised for aging even though she's gorgeous, and puts to shame a lot of slob 20-something-year-old girls nowadays. Society still dictates that younger is better. I watched a TV show where the line, "She was so pretty, she was at that age when you don't even need to be pretty." Youth in itself is considered beautiful. The audience follows Shelley as she gets ready during her shows, tells her younger colleagues how wonderful it was to be a showgirl in the years of yore. In addition, she shows us her love for the craft of showgirling. The love for the craft of showgirling. It's all about that, and her passion is real. Throughout the movie, I rooted for her. Underneath the layers of imperfection and her bad choices with parenting, I still wanted her to get her a happy ending. I do not believe that I was alone in that sentiment. The showgirl, the very last one. Jamie Lee Curtis is also a showgirl in this movie. We do not see her as a showgirl. When we do see her, she is already working as a cocktail waitress, and she has left the show a long time ago. Jamie Lee Curtis, for those of you who are over the age of, I'm not going to be like a generation shamist here, all right? So some of you study the history of movies, and you know Jamie Lee Curtis played a sexy housewife in True Lies when she does that strip scene. That's one of the most iconic dance sequences in movies. So Of course, I grew up watching Jamie Lee on the Halloween franchise, so she's no stranger to the screens. We see her as a cocktail waitress in Vegas, and her existence really is kind of sad because she is now almost invisible. In this, I feel like The Last Showgirl paints that picture of a woman at discriminate that you no longer matter. And I'm gonna tell you, she looks gorgeous in this movie. People can beg to differ as much as they want, but she looks fantastic in the movie. She's 66 years old. 66. She was every bit as fantastic as Annette in this movie. Her beauty is still striking, even in her 60 years of age. The Real Housewives franchise has taught me to appreciate wrinkles, natural lips, and true aging. Justine Bateman's face has also been part of my learning experience in this regard. Google it and you'll know what I mean. So yeah, she is amazing. That scene when she dances really tells the story from her perspective. She's aging. She's no longer desirable enough to be a showgirl. She used to be a showgirl. In the movie, she tells a story to be a showgirl. And there is a showgirl now. She's a cocktail waitress. It is very hard to watch them lose their space in society. But that's what society wants us to believe, that the younger you are, the better you are, and it's all downhill from a certain age. But Pamela Anderson, and here's a big spoiler alert here. I'm 57 and I'm beautiful, she says. That scene was just everything. Everything. That's what she says to the man when she's auditioning. And I feel like no one could say it better than Pam. I made a post on my Instagram. Feel free to follow it if you want. I may or may not accept you. Here it is. Here's the scene when she says she's beautiful and she's 57. And I love this because men in general, not every single man, but men in general, believe that once you're older, that you no longer matter, you no longer exist, you're no longer valuable. Pamela Anderson will teach you otherwise. This picture is amazing. I'm definitely going to watch it again. I have no doubt that I'll watch it again. It is an amazing movie, and I definitely recommend it. It was by far one of the best of the season for Oscar season this year, 2025. It deserved all the praise that it got, and I wish Pam would have gotten an award for Best Actress for this. She really was amazing, and so was Jamie Lee. Amazing movie. Go watch it.